In my future classroom, I would like to use the SAMAR framework. I like the SAMAR framework because it has 4 stages: redefinition, modification, augmentation, and substitution. These 4 stages also align with Bloom's taxonomy's 6 stages of remembering, understanding, applying, analyzing, evaluating, and creating. I think it is very beneficial to have a technology framework aligned with the taxonomy that is prominent in the education field. The 4 stages starts with substitution, the lowest level, and moves on to redefinition, the highest level. Substitution is defined when technology acts as a direct tool to substitute with no functional change. Augmentation is when technology acts as a direct tool substitution with functional improvement. Modification is when technology allows for significant task redesign. And then lastly, redefinition is when technology allows the creation of new tasks previously inconceivable. Putting these 4 components together provides an expansion on technology that I think is important to have in a classroom. An example of this framework is used in the classroom is for note-taking. In the substitution phase, notes can be taken using the iOS note system. In augmentation phase, one can use Evernote to categorize and tag different class notes. And in the modification phase, students can use SlingNote to curate online sources. In the last phase, redefinition, students can share notebooks and collaborate with using the Evernote website. In order to be able to successfully implement this framework into my classroom, I will need resources like iPads or computers, different website accounts like Evernote, and other interactive tools like whiteboards or interactive pins. While I think these resources are beneficial, I know they might not always be available, so renting them from the school library is a huge resource. Also, applying for special grants to have access to these different websites will help as well. Overall, I think the SAMAR framework will be very beneficial to use in my future classroom. Since the internet is forever growing, the safety of using technology is becoming more and more important. The ITSE standards even have a specific standard that focuses on internet safety called Digital Citizen. This standard aims to make sure that students know how to act properly and correctly on the use of technology. We need to follow this standard to make sure future students know how to protect themselves, but also how to interact with others through the internet. You want students to know about safety, but also how to treat others online, because many times what is said online is not always respectful. Some of these ideas are covered in the 9 elements of digital citizenship. For example, digital access, digital law, and digital rights and responsibilities. These 9 elements need to be followed by all teachers to ensure the safety of their students. You can provide resources like Discovery Education's digital safety modules. Here, students can participate online in interactive modules teaching them about cyber safety, cybersecurity, and cyber ethics. With the web expanding every day, it's important for students to know how to stay safe and acknowledge the responsibilities they have when using technology. What I think it means when people say students are designers, makers, and producers of technology is recognizing students' abilities to become creative and driven to make something of their own. This can be something beneficial to themselves or the community around them. Using different types of technology, students can create their own websites, blogs, virtual presentations, and even codes for robots. Students are able to express their interests and ideas through creating something of their own. I feel that we need to take children seriously when they become producers because their ideas can be more creative and come from a unique perspective. This idea fits into the ITSE standards for a knowledge constructor. The standard talks about having students apply what they have learned about technology through being a producer. Students become students become producers is something that we have to take seriously when looking at technology. We should ask ourselves if technology we are implementing in schools is interactive and provides students multiple experiences, creatively and educationally. Students need to go from being a bystander to technology to a producer of technology. I think it is very important to incorporate global education in the classroom. Our world is forever growing and it is important to teach students their contributions to being global learners. The ITSE standards have a category called Global Collaborator. The standard wants students to expand their education and enrich their perspectives by working and collaborating with other students locally and globally. I truly believe the benefit of this standard is having students become exposed to different cultures and backgrounds of other students their own age. If the idea of global education is going to be implemented well in the classroom, technology is going to be a large part of that. Technology can provide a gateway to other cultures and ideas through the use of apps like Skype, Google Hangouts, Google Docs, or even gaming websites like Minecraft. Students can enter any of these apps or websites and become familiar with students from around the globe. Another way students can become global learners is through virtual field trips, so they can learn about different places around the world. Examples of these can be museums, landmarks, or even nature parks. I think a benefit of global education is the idea of collaborating with different students. This helps them better their understanding for diversity. Diversity is not always an easy subject to teach, so having the help of technology and the ITSE standards allows teachers to better relay the general message of diversity. Overall, there is so much going on globally. Knowing how to stay connected is a life skill students will need forever.